Have you heard about Mapp versus Ohio, Virginia?
I heard it was about inappropriate, let's just say, some people words.
Yes, something to do with that.
Today we're going to explain Mapp versus Ohio. You will learn what not to have in your home. You never know who may come through.
That's a funny way to put it. Well, for starters, let's give a little information of how all of this got started.
Oh yes, 3 Cleveland police officers arrived at appellant's residence in the city pursuant to information that a person was hiding out in the home. Who was wanted for questioning in connection with the recent bombings, and that there was a large amount of policy paraphernalia being hidden in the home.
Miss Mapp and her daughter, by a former marriage, lived on the top floor of a family dwelling. Upon their arrival at the house, officers knocked on the door to demand entrance, but appellant, after telephoning her attorney, refused to admit them without a warrant. They advised their headquarters of the situation and undertook surveillance of the house.
Wait, did they get granted a warrant?
They waved a piece of paper at her, claiming it was a warrant. It was not. Police did not find the suspect they were looking for. They did, however, find sexual explicit books and photographs.
So they found pornography.
Exactly.
Was she charged with anything or arrested?
Mapp was charged by violating Ohio state law prohibiting lewd levices of the same material. She was convicted and sentenced to 1 to 7 years in prison.
Damn. We'll be back shortly after this break. Welcome back. Now, where were we? Oh yes, that's right. Miss Mapp had just got convicted for
She ended up taking her case to the USA Supreme Court. Mapp appealed her conviction and referred her claim back to the First Amendment, stating that she had the right to possess those materials, even though in Ohio it is prohibited to have any kind of sexual explicit materials.
But when it reached the Supreme Court, the First Amendment claim was not included. Instead, the court threw out the conviction altogether.
Why?
Well, because they said the evidence that was brought against her should have never been used because it was sued without warrant. When it was brought to the Supreme Court, they found the evidence inadmissible, violation of the First Amendment.
Isn't there a name for that?
The exclusionary rule. Yes, that's it. I'll tell you a little more on the Fourth Amendment and the exclusionary rule. The Fourth Amendment guards against unreasonable searches and seizures, along with requiring any warrant to be judicially sanctioned and supported by probable cause. The interpretation and execution of the Fourth Amendment in the courtroom, however, is decided by the Supreme Court in an attempt to find a fair balance between individual and community interests. The exclusionary rule, for example, is a Supreme Court precedent that holds police departments responsible for seizing incriminating information according to constitutional specifications of due process, or that information will be not allowed as evidence in a criminal trial.
It makes more sense on how these two are connected with each other in this case.
Yes, exactly. We'll be short. We'll be back shortly. Yolissa, what is your opinion on this case?
Well, Virginia, in all honesty, they didn't find anything to do with the bomb or anything dangerous that could harm anyone. So the fact that she got arrested because something like pornography seems a bit brutal. It's kind of funny if you think about it. But the citizens of Ohio obviously know that possessing that type of material is unacceptable. This case is funny.
I can agree with that completely. It may have seemed like a simplistic case, but it wasn't, just because it had all sorts of branches into it.
Who wrote the majority opinion?
Tom Clark did. Tell me about this Tom Clark guy. Didn't he join the Justice Department in 1937 as a special assistant in the U.S. Attorney General?
In 1943, Clark was promoted to Assistant Attorney General for the Antitrust and subsequently became the head of Justice Department Criminal Division.
He sounds like a very educated man with experience. Does he have a lot of experience?
Yes. He was involved in many other cases, such as Gibbon versus Wainwright, Miranda versus Arizona, and Berger versus New York.
Damn. Before we call it a day, here's a glimpse of what really happened.
Here's your warrant!
What are you doing?
Coming away through your house! Evidence!
Oh, there's children stuff.
We found evidence against you! You are arrested for pornography!
Well, that's it for Mapp versus Ohio.
See you next time. Have you heard about Mapp versus Ohio? Mapp, is it Mapp?
Said the court threw out conviction altogether.
So with violation of the Fourth Amendment and features
Unreasonable.
searches and what?
Seizures.
Okay. Again. So then let's start. In this case, it is fun a mommy in a way, but it has to propose. Okay, we can go back. Let's say in this case. Whatever, I'm not gonna say this. I'm just gonna cut it off when I say material is not proposed. Can you propose to me? Whatever. Yes, feel free to ring on it. Just kidding.